Welcome to Aftermath TV, everyone. I don't even really know if I can call it Aftermath TV because it's not TV, but welcome to Aftermath.
Everybody's doing from home, Aftermath
Yes.
from home.
Yeah. That's what we got to
Yes.
call it, Aftermath from home. Thank you, Nug. How are you guys?
Okay. I'm thinking maybe more, instead of Aftermath TV, Aftermath DTV, since it's kind of like we're digital.
Digital, DTV.
Let's bring it back, Jimmy, from the Attitude Era. Let's go Aftermath GTV.
Maybe not. I don't know. Can we? That was a different time. Let's put that to bed.
What's going on? How are you guys doing in self-isolation?
Okay. I'm enjoying time at home, which is completely different from my time on the road, which I had basically one full day at home back then. So now I'm having 7 full days at home, which is kind of crazy. But we get by. We have lots of food. There's nothing to worry about. And my favorite butcher is like 10 minutes away. So if I need anything, it's a quick call and thank you very much. He's also got a bakery next door too.
We're doing okay. Much like when Jimmy's on the road all the time, my wife, being a teacher, is usually out of the house from 8 a.m. till about 6 p.m. because she does all sorts of stuff after school. But now school is here. So she's recording lessons in the other room, or she's teaching her class, or she's getting stuff prepared. And then we, even though we're in the same house, we still don't see each other till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's kind of interesting. We're like in each other's way every now and then. We haven't murdered each other yet. And anytime it looks like anybody's getting close, the other one talks them off the ledge. So it's working.
That's nice. Awesome. I think my dog Cash is at a point where he's sick of me all the time. He's like, when are you going back to work? Because I'm always trying to pet him. He's like, leave me alone. But that's the point in quarantine that we're at. And also, like, I feel like we got to give a shout out to teachers. Nug, you know firsthand. Yeah, like they're incredible right now, and hats off to them. I'm giving them a real big high five from home.
A lot of parents online are spreading memes or putting up little recordings where they're like, when this is over, pay the teachers whatever they want. My kid's horrible and they deserve all the money. It's really funny, a lot of the stuff that we're seeing fly around about how, now you actually have to deal with your kid 24 hours a day instead of passing them off to the teachers for most of the day. And it turns out your kid's not the best.
Teachers are the real MVPs for sure.
And let's not forget our first responders and all those people too.
Absolutely.
Of course. And everyone.
There's a lot to go around.
Everyone who's working, who no matter where you work, if you have to leave the house and go and work, I think deserves a salute because it's not easy for everyone. Yeah, stay safe and everyone.
Yes,
just ask people how they're doing too. Just we got to be kind to each other.
We don't need false count anywhere with a parole officer or anything or whatever bylaw officer. Sorry. Anyways.
No.
Okay, let's talk WWE. All of us on the show are big fans of tag team wrestling. Let's talk a little bit about quickly the New Day being 8-time tag team champions on SmackDown. This is incredible. We're all big fans of them. I think that they're one of the most entertaining groups or tag teams in WWE because from the moment their entrance music hits to the moment they're throwing pancakes to their bootios in the ring, I just love every second of it. So what do you guys have to say?
Nugster, you go ahead. I know you love these guys.
Yes, these are your boys.
I do love these guys. I do love these guys because I've been listening to their podcast and I've been, watching since they showed up. To watch 3 guys who really didn't know what was going to happen with their careers come together and just basically be themselves on television, which is rare and hard to get the okay for, and it never happened. Like, it just never happened. And they're just being themselves. They're being goofy. They're having fun. They're enjoying every minute in the ring. And then they're serious business in the ring. They're 8-time tag team champions, only behind the Dudleys as far as the record goes. And you cannot discount them for being just a comedy act because of how many teams they've beaten, the records they hold for how long they've held the titles. The fact that they managed to, while remaining the New Day, reinvent themselves. We've gone from unicorns to ice cream to pancakes to now coloring books. Have you noticed the color by numbers tights that everyone's wearing? Yeah, the trombone. They've reinvented what the New Day is, and no matter how silly or weird it is, it's still the New Day. They're still having a blast with it, and the fact that they do reinvent themselves every so often is it's how they stay relevant and how they keep having this longevity. 8-time tag team champions. It's amazing.
I love the fact that it was, like you said, three individuals who came together to form a united team, because we've seen in the past, usually the most successful tag teams in history have been teams that started out as teams. You look at currently like the Usos. They, from day one, they were a tag team. You go back in history and you look at the tag teams that have had the most success throughout history. You mentioned the Dudleys, who are the most decorated tag team in WWE history. They started off as a tag team. It's very, I don't want to say rare, but it's very unusual for a group of individuals to get together and form a bond that sticks like that. So you got to give them credit. And like you said, I love the fact that they are just having fun. Mm-hmm. And it's not, you could see it with everything they do.
Yeah, it's so genuine when they're having fun, and it's so contagious. It's like when they're having fun, you immediately start having fun, especially when you watch them live. Like I remember when my mom saw her first WWE show, and she just, loved Big E, because he's just such a big presence, and he's happy, and he's loving like every second that, he's out there. And I think that that's what makes him special. Like, it's honestly contagious. So you can't, if you're not behind the New Day, I'm like, what's wrong with you?
No, I hear you. I totally agree. And like you said, it comes off as genuinely having fun, and that translates well.
Yeah, what do they say? You never work a day in your life if you're having fun.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you're wearing the shirt, right, Nug? I can't see if there you go.
Yeah, and I mean mostly.
Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
That's awesome.
It's almost like you planned it that way.
Almost.
Nug had no idea what we were talking about today.
What?
Okay, here's the question for you. Using tag teams from the past or present, what would your dream match look like? And do you guys have any stipulations in that match?
Oh my goodness, where do I begin? I keep thinking back to, and it's no disrespect to the tag teams we currently have in the WWE, but I went back with two past teams. Okay. One tag team I'm putting in my category is a team that reinvented tag team wrestling for here in North America, and that is the British Bulldogs. And I would love to see them matched up against Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo. To me, that would be an incredibly unique matchup. You have that European influence of the British Bulldogs, who revolutionized tag team wrestling when they came to North America, and you have a hybrid of North American / lucha style with a little bit of lie, cheat, and steal thrown in. And can you imagine these two teams in a TLC match?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to put them in any kind of match, and I'm entertained, but add props like ladders, tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Doug, how about you?
Well, see, and I thought, who would I like to see from today in a tag team match against somebody from the past? And so my mind whirls, because I love old school tag teams, and I'm a big fan of the current tag division as well. So I went with this because my mind doesn't work the same as a normal human being. I went with Heavy Machinery from today up against the Natural Disasters, and it doesn't need to have a stipulation of any kind. Just reinforce the ring. That's it. That we're talking like 2 tons of humanity in the ring at the same time. Earthquake and Typhoon up against Tucky and Otis. I think that's just a bunch of slabs of meat banging around, and I think that's really fun.
Yeah, throw in the Shockmaster for good measure.
Well, why not? Or Tugboat.
Nug, I can't get enough of Otis. I would watch a show of just Otis talking. Like, even when he talks to Mandy, I know this is this is a sidebar, but when he calls her his peach and stuff, I'm just like, he's so funny. Like, he's so funny. His mannerisms, his comments, like Mandy's even like, this guy's hilarious. Like, he's just so great.
They worked out together. They're both power lifter. Like, Mandy can lift a ton, and she's trained in lifting, and he's a crazy power lifter. And so they would train side by side at NXT, and they developed their friendship in the gym. And then he would do what he had been doing, what he's doing with her now, and what he's been doing on TV with Mandy. He's been doing on Instagram for like 2 years. and just being a
my
weirdo, calling her his peach, and she's like, "Oh, Otis," and then all the other people in NXT were on board with it, and all their comments were like, "Otis, man, you got to stop." And so it was this long-running bit in NXT, and it's just come to television, and it's working, and I love it.
I'm sorry, because I know this is about tag teams. I'm sorry that was such a sidebar, but it has to be mentioned. Otis is like one of my favorite things happening right now. For me, I want to take two legendary women from the past, put them together. We saw them at the WWE Evolution pay-per-view, but Trish Stratus and Lita. And I want to take them in their prime, though, you know, like when they were, you know, those legendary powerhouses. Not that they're not now, but, you know, in their prime. And I want to put them against the Kabuki Warriors, because when I watch the Kabuki Warriors, I'm like, these girls also deserve a TV show. I think that Asuka, quite honestly, is carrying the Raw team right now. I think she's so hilarious. The two of them together are awesome. I'd love to take two talented female superstars like the Kabuki Warriors, who are so entertaining, and put them against two very legendary women. I really would like to see what that dynamic would look like. And I don't know, I'm just such a big fan of the Kabuki Warriors right now that I think that would be a good match. An honorable mention to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, because what they've been doing, like now I know this is another sidebar, but even their conversation with Carmella and Dana Brooke a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, when they were talking about their tag team titles, it's so natural. I feel like I'm watching this like teen drama when Nikki and Alexa Bliss are together. They feed off of each other so well. I think Alexa is so talented. Like as each year goes on, she's so much better on the mic. Like she just keeps progressing, where I actually feel like I'm watching like a segment of Mean Girls when I'm watching Alexa. And I love it. I love that duo so much. So I don't know. I just want, like, I'm so impressed by the women's tag team division right now that we're currently watching. But Kabuki Warriors, I think, are just a little bit ahead of everyone, just because Asuka, for me, is this big shining star. And then, of course, Trish Stratus and Lita of the past. We can go on and talk about how amazing they are.
Oh my goodness! And you just made something pop in my head, because you brought up the Kabuki Warriors, and I had the pleasure of getting to referee. You talk about women's evolution and revolutionizing the business from a women's standpoint. There was a tag team of the past called the Jumping Bomb Angels, who came from Japan.
So good.
Oh my good! Can you imagine them against Asuka and
That's,
oh my goodness.
That's a dream match. The Jumping Bomb Angels against the Kabuki Warriors. That's
Can I change my pick?
Watch. Yes, please.
You can absolutely change
Oh my
your pick.
goodness! Yeah.
And we're giving honorable mentions. I want to give a shout out to one that we came up with. A friend of mine came up with last night. I want to see the Broserweights against the Young Stallions. Do some homework, Google everything.
I feel like we could be here all day with honorable mentions.
Oh yeah, Haku and the Barbarian against anybody.
Anyone at all.
Yeah. Bring it on.
I think this is a perfect time to bring up that we want you Aftermath TV fans to let us know what your tag team dream match would be. Tweet us, let us know, because what we'll do is we'll write everything down and we'll talk about it on Friday on Sportsnet's live stream, where we talk to all you Aftermath TV fans about what we think about what's going on in WWE, and we'd love to know what your pick is, and then just talk about it with you online. So tweet us, let us know what your dream match would be, and I think that would bring up a really good discussion, especially when we have Anthony Corelli here with us too. So, because honestly, like, look how many sidebars we just went on. That's my fault, but
it's cool.
It gets us excited.
Yeah, but Anthony would just pick himself and Kozlov as the team.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's so amazing. All right, guys, send in your picks, and we'll see you on Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time.